Hey guys, what's up? I'm Dr. Lindsay, and today I'm here with Gabby, who's a professional snake handler, and she's gonna teach us how to pick up a snake. Alright guys, so you arrived at this video today because you want to know how to pick up a snake. So first, Gabby's going to teach us how to approach a snake, then she's going to show us how to pick up a snake, and then we're going to learn how to not get bit by a snake. Alright Gabby, so take this away and let's learn about snakes.
Alright, so behind me we have my ball python TikTok. So what's important to understand is that snakes bite for two reasons. Either feeding response, they think your hand is food, or because they're afraid and they're trying to defend themselves. So I love enclosures like this because it doesn't open from the top, it opens from the front. So if you come in from the top, it may seem predatory to a snake, but if you come in from here, I think it's better. Now, another thing to be careful of is feeding response. Since she is fed in here, she may think me coming in and grabbing her is time to eat, and she might mistake my hand for something. So we can use a snake hook to open her hide like this. Well, let's take her water dish out first. All right, so I'll just put that up here. And this is a snake hook. You can get these online. You can get them at pet stores. We're gonna open her hide like that.
Oh wow, she's beautiful.
Yeah, and then you can always just give them like a little tap right here so she understands we're not feeding right now.
Tapping them like right around the neck area, like behind their head, is that normally where you tap, or could you tap them lower?
I like tapping them because it's the first thing that's coming at you when she thinks it's food. So right now she's actually not in a feeding response, but if she were, you can just give them like a little nudge like that. That's it. And you see how she backs up? So now that she understands we're not feeding her, she's ready to be picked up. So I'm just gonna come in from the side like this. I'm not gonna grab her by the head or anything. I'm just gonna go under her body, support her body, pick her up, and just like that.
So what breed of snake is TikTok?
So TikTok is a ball python. They are from Africa. Now she was actually dumped in Florida at a local park. Somebody, I guess, didn't want her anymore and maybe thought she would have a better life in the wild, which was not the case. So we got the call to rescue her, and she was actually covered in ticks. We removed over 300 ticks. That's why her name is TikTok. So you can see on her back, she still has scarring. That's from all of the ticks attached to her.
Oh my
gosh. So she'll always have those scars, but she's fully healed now. She's healthy. She hasn't missed a single meal, and she's doing really well.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. How could someone do that?
Yeah. These guys are very common in the pet trade as well. A lot of people have them, and snakes are one of the most abandoned animals just because they're so easy to get.
So I was also curious about how to pass a snake. So as Gabby's holding TikTok and she's pulling her neck and head out towards me, that's a little intimidating for me who hasn't picked up a lot of snakes. So I'm just wondering if that's a friendly thing, or if that's something where she's gonna bite me. So let me see what Gabby has to say about that.
So snakes use their tongue to pick up scent particles in the air. So essentially she's just curious and she's smelling you.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not trying to bite you or anything.
All right, so that makes me feel a lot more comfortable to know that TikTok is just being friendly and trying to smell me.
Yep.
So should I put my hand out for her to smell before I pick her up like a dog?
No, you don't have to. Definitely not. If you just want to hold your arms out.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
And just pretend you're a tree. Okay. That's it. She just wants to feel supported.
Oh
so like no sudden movements. I mean, she doesn't care, but for snakes, you never want to make a sudden movement or go for the head or make them feel like they are about to be eaten.
Can she feel my like heart rate right now?
I don't think so.
Okay. Is there any way I should hold her to make her feel more comfortable?
You just want it to be fluid and natural. So as she moves, you move with her. We've only had her for 3 months, but as I said, she's a rescue, so her conditions weren't that great outside in the wild. So she had a really rough shed, and she has some small issues going on with her eyes with the scalation, but we're still trying to clear it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this like going around my arms and like licking me, that's normal?
Yep.
That doesn't mean that she's gonna bite or she's uncomfortable. So that's normal for her to be smelling all my arms, even though to me, I'm not sure if she's gonna bite me or not.
I probably would recommend not handling a rat or a mouse or something that she could mistake for food before, because then the scent's on your hands. I actually was bitten by a king snake one time.
Just going towards my body.
That's okay. King snakes are a snake that eats other species of snake, and I wasn't thinking, and I handled a snake, and then handled the king snake, and it bit me.
Oh my gosh. So now if I want to move positions, like what should I do? Like,
you can just move with her. So like this.
All right.
So as she moves, I just move with her, just like this.
Okay.
I just move with her. I just make sure she's supported.
Okay.
It's really comfortable. That's it. And she'll hold on.
So
she knows
cool.
what she's doing.
Okay, so she'll hold on. She's not going to fall.
Nope. Look at her.
She's so beautiful. She's being so nice. Guys, I think this is like the golden retriever of snakes here that I get to handle for the first time.
You can even put her around your neck if you're feeling brave.
We could. Well, let me see. Let's pass her one more time. So now let's see how good I get at passing her. So now I can like scoop up from under her.
Yep.
And just hold her.
Yep.
Okay. What about my nails? It's not going to freak her out?
Nope.
All right. So you guys can have fake nails doing this.
Yeah,
not going to
doing
freak
a
them out.
great
You can have that next gen. All right. So I'm just holding her with one hand now.
Yeah.
So if you guys are convincing your parents to get you a snake, this is what you could show them, how easy this is. And then you could walk around the house, right? Like, let's say you have to do chores, like your parents are making you do the dishes. You could tell them that you could walk around with this snake like this and still do the dishes.
If she feels like you're tightening, she'll pull her head out.
Oh, okay.
She's not.
Okay.
That's why, like, I just move with her and just make her feel supported so she doesn't, like, swing or anything.
Okay, okay.
But she knows where she's going. She knows what she's doing.
Well, what do I do now? She's like totally...
It's like that, and she's gonna pull her head back out.
Okay. And are they like active? Like some snakes more active? Like how she's sort of moving a lot?
When you bring them out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they will move around.
All right. Do snakes need like exercise?
I've seen obese snakes in captivity. That's just because people are overfeeding.
Okay.
Yeah, so some snakes will just hide all day in a small crevice or like a tree hollow and wait for the food to come to them.
It's not too bad. I was definitely a little nervous, guys, before this video. Even veterinarians can be nervous about handling snakes because there are exotic veterinarians that take care of snakes. Your regular veterinarian may not even see a snake. So you have to know what exotic veterinarians are in your area if you get a pet snake so that you can properly take care of them if they get sick. So I'm gonna pass TikTok back to Gabby, and then I think she has a bigger snake for me to hold.
Yep.
All right, here you go. Just gently pass it along. Do I pull this tail out?
So the tail is the weakest part of the body, so I'll just unwrap her like that.
Okay.
Just like that.
There we go.
And now she's ready to go back. And we'll go get something bigger.
And that's TikTok, and she went viral on TikTok, I believe. Was it TikTok or something else?
TikTok, YouTube. She was just featured on the Dodo. So worldwide, this snake has gotten over 30 million views.
Wow. So I just held a famous snake, guys, for my first snake holding experience. All right, guys, so now I'm here with Chris Gillette. He's a famous guy on YouTube for doing stuff with alligators, snakes, over in Africa. He's amazing. So he's gonna help me hold an even bigger snake right now, and we're gonna get it on video for you guys.
Now, something I'd like to point out is that large snakes are potentially dangerous. Now, I don't want anybody to be afraid of them. They're not out to get you, but a large constrictor like this, even though it is non-venomous, has the capacity to kill an adult person. And that usually happens through a feeding response, which we're not going to do. We already went over that, right? So you just want to be careful around them. And I also always like to advocate that large snakes are not normal pets for normal people. They should be kept by professionals, and handling any large snake should be done with a professional. And in fact, I've got a little bottle of alcohol right here, not the kind of courage that you might need for this, not that kind of alcohol. No. This is isopropyl alcohol, and in the event that a large constrictor like this were to bite somebody, you put this into the mouth and they'll let go immediately. Now, that's not something that should be abused, though. That's in emergencies only. It is not going to be fun for the snake. Thankfully, we have not had to do that, but we do keep it here as a backup in case, because a snake of that size could kill an adult person. Okay, so we're gonna take out Rosie, the red-tailed boa. Okay,
All right,
right
so before we start, you're gonna open from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then are you gonna do the tap response to Rosie that we learned earlier?
I'm gonna grab her from the backside, and she's probably gonna be pretty aware, so I probably won't have to.
Okay.
Now, if her head was forward, absolutely.
Okay.
But because her body is right here, I'm gonna be able to grab her, and she's gonna know pretty quickly, oh, this is not food.
Okay.
All right, and if she does turn around, then I'll grab a hook.
Okay. All
Because
right.
she might, you know. But chances are, I should be able to just.
And how big is Rosie?
She's probably about 6 feet.
All right.
I would say. For me to pass the snake off, it's just to put your hands out.
Okay.
And I'm going to put her across on your hands. Now, what we want to do is make sure that she feels nice and supported. There
Like
you go.
that, you think?
Yeah, but don't squeeze her. You don't want to restrain her. Let her move.
Okay.
So
Oh,
you see,
Chris.
because you're holding on. You see the
All right,
difference?
all right,
Be
all
the
right.
tree. Trees don't grab back.
Okay.
You see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
So I'm supporting the body,
Okay.
but I'm not restraining her.
Okay.
Right? So we're going to try that again. Yep, just hold still.
Okay.
We got this.
All right, guys. Are you sure?
Yep, so we're going to take that hand.
She
right
is
there.
really
Yep, she's
moving.
moving. That's okay. They
Slithering
move.
down the body, though.
Live animals move. You're all right.
Guys,
There you go.
this is why I do dogs and cats.
Now you look like Schmeagol. Stand up. There you go. Look how comfortable her face is. She's a natural.
Show this to your mom's kids. You'll get a snake ASAP. Oh my gosh. All right.
Was that an all right? Get this thing off me?
Yes.
See, you're doing okay. Look.
How to pass a
She's
6-foot
happy.
snake.
See, she's fine.
Oh my gosh. She's doing good. So, would she poop on me? Is that something
I
that can
mean-
happen?
It can.
All right.
Only if you're lucky.
Oh, you get lucky if you get pooped on.
See? Not too
right.
bad.
Wow.
You're doing okay.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
See? No big
Not
deal.
too bad. A little freak out. Not that bad. Holding a
You
6-foot snake.
So you see right now, I'm not gripping her. I'm
Yeah,
letting
just-
her move. Be the tree.
I guess I just didn't know how
Okay, try it
heavy
again.
she was. So
Let
it
her
was
move.
harder for me.
So just let her move on her own. See? How much better that is?
There we go, guys. I'm holding the snake all by myself. She feels great. I'm gonna ask my mom for one of these. I'm gonna adopt one, a 6-footer.
So we're just putting her back. We're just letting her move on her own. And that's where they get that name red-tailed boa. You see the reddish on the tail there. So I've caught a few of these guys in South America.
She's coming back out.
Coming back out.
Do they like to come back out?
Well, she's just moving around. Now, when you're putting it back like that, a lot of people push in the last bit of the tail. Just let them do it on their own. Because they really don't like having their tail touched a lot, because that is something that happens when you are prey, right? So a lot of snakes end up missing their tail tips from birds and things like that. So for them, naturally, they don't really like being touched on the tail.
All right, so that's also a good tip. How to not get bit is don't
Well,
touch their tail
So
a
you want
lot.
to support the animal, be the tree.
Yeah,
okay?
be the tree.
And then,
I learned that today.
And then also on a lot of snakes, they like to wrap their tail around you. It makes them feel safe because they feel like you're going to drop them. So they're going to wrap their tail around you or into your pocket or on something. So a lot of times it helps to give them something to wrap onto. You know, so if you grab like kind of at the back third of the body and then let the tail wrap on your wrist, that makes them feel a lot more secure.
Cool. And that's what TikTok actually did to me before and was
There you
wrapped
go.
all around Gabby too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chris, so how big did this snake start out as when it was a baby?
So these snakes start out little tiny guys. When they hatch out of the egg, or in the case of a boa, when they are actually born, boas do live birth, which is pretty darn
Wow.
cool. So
No
they first-
eggs.
Right. Right. So
Wow.
they're ovoviviparous. So the egg actually is in the mother, and then the egg hatches, so to speak, inside the mother, and then the baby comes out. Okay?
Wow, that's
and
so
so it's not
cool.
placental like it is with a mammal. But anyways, the babies do start out very small. Now, the thing is, people go and they buy a pet snake, and they don't do their homework, and they buy it when it's this big, and they don't know what it is or how big it's going to get.
Not intimidating at that size.
And the next year it's this big, next year it's this big, and the next year your dog goes missing.
Oh my god.
And that's how we end up with Burmese pythons here. Because people
Wow.
buy those as pets, they release them, and now we have hundreds of thousands of invasive Burmese pythons in the Everglades eating our native wildlife.
That's insane.
That's one of the other projects I work on, is trying to get these Burmese pythons out of the Everglades.
Wow. So it's kind of like a Bernese mountain dog, but a Burmese python. Just think about that, kids. They get huge.
So this is a skin from a 15-foot Burmese python that I got out here in the Everglades. Yeah, so these guys are really, really bad invasive species out here, okay? And this is one, the really sad story is I love snakes.
The head of it? Oh my gosh, wow. So this snake actually had to be euthanized because there are so many snakes in the Florida Everglades right now that are invasive species, and you can't just save them all and keep them all. And Chris told me earlier, all these snakes in this room are rescue snakes.
So to give you an idea, one of my friends, he's the top python hunter, and him alone caught over 300 pythons this year. One guy.
Wow.
So there are literally hundreds of thousands of these pythons here in the Everglades, and there is no solution. There's nothing we can do. We try to remove as many as we can, but there's such a major issue, and they've shown a 90% decrease in mammal populations where the pythons are. They wipe out everything. You can't rehome them, you can't send them back to where they came from, they cannot be made into pets, there's just too many.
Wow. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video on how to hold a snake. I hope you learned something today. How lucky were we to have Chris and Gabby here? Go over to their channel and check it out. It's called Florida's Wildest, and subscribe to their channel. They have tons of cool videos with snakes and alligators. And also hit that thumbs up and hit my subscribe button. And I hope to see you guys back here for some more videos.